Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today, and today let's make a card. So what we're going to be using, or rather I'm going to be using, do play along if you want to, are some of the flowers that we made last week. And in fact I'm going to be using the small ones, which are these. And if I can find the die, I'm trying to be organised. This is the die, and it's the two smaller ones to make these. So we're going to be using that die, those flowers. In the pop out card die, I'm going to be using the fence and the grass. This is a great set of dies. I'm going to say that because it's me who designed them, and they're 8 inches long, which means you can cut them down to whatever size you want and make up to an 8-inch card with them. So we're going to be using those. And I'm going to be using my easel die, which is another one that I designed because I like my cards to stand up, and I like to use the minimum amount of cardstock. So when you've got an easel, yeah, you know, that's a piece of card, but it's not a full back to a card. So we're using that. We're going to use the MX Art Dragonfly and the surprise creation. She calls these double stitch. I call them wonky stitch, and I absolutely love them. My dogs are moving in and out of the craft room this morning, so things could get funny. And then from my box of weather, I keep my dies in these photo storage boxes that all drop inside a case, and I'm going to be using some elements out of here. In fact, there's quite a few things that I need to put back in here. I've been a bit naughty, and I'm going to use my sun, and I'm going to use that cloud, and let me see if I can find the other one, and I'm going to use that cloud. So that's a really old die from AliExpress, and I'm pretty sure that they still have it, and I think it does come with these 2 or 3 clouds, but I'm going to use the 2 small clouds, and I'm going to use the sun because I'm thinking spring and summer. Ooh, that one there is actually a really old Alina Craft cloud die. You can tell it's Alina Craft because it's gold, and she always used to do her dies in the gold colour. Right, so I'm getting those out of the box. I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to put everything away and go and do some die cutting, and I will be back. Okay, so you already saw that we're using the smaller flowers that we made last week, and that is that die. This is the MX Art Dragonfly die, and I've cut it in green, paper piece the eyes. I've done the back wings in white cardstock and 2 layers of vellum there just to give them a bit of shimmer, and that's quite a humorous and happy dragonfly. So done that one. Cardstock there is from Joanne, and with the wonky stitch dies, which are these ones, you can see I've used the largest one, and then I've used the 3rd size down in this set, and I've cut the large one in white, and then the next step down in blue. So that's that one. And then I've cut the easel die, and I've cut that in white to go onto the back of the card. From the sun and clouds there, I've cut the, let me pick them up, I've cut the sun, and I've done that in yellow. Of course, suns don't have to be yellow, they can be whatever colour you want them to be. And then I've cut the 2 clouds in white, but what I did was I used my printer just to be able to print off flying by to say hi, and I cut the cloud out then, and then I've done the smaller cloud. So I've done that, and then from the pop out set I've got my fence and I've got my grass. Now these are longer than the card base, which means I will cut them down to fit. I'm trying to get everything into my camera here and also keep some clarity. And what I will do is I'm now going to put my dies away now that you've seen them, so that I've got a clear space to make my card, and I will be back. Right, I've done that and I've got a nice tidy space, and I'm going to be using some glue if I need it, and I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree foamy pads if I need them, so I've got those there. I've got some double-sided sticky tape, and I've got some of the Alina Craft foam tape. Now then, the first thing is to adhere my blue base onto my white base, and I don't want to particularly have it directly in the center. What I'm going to do is lower it down to about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, and I'm going to fasten it there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tape it down and I'll be straight back. Okay, so that is now taped down, and as you can see, I've got like 1/4 of an inch at the base there. Being sort of like directly center of anything, you know, is never really important to me. I just like to do my own thing. So the next thing that I am going to do is I am going to pop my fence down. Now obviously I'm going to have to trim that, and I'm also going to use some of the Alina Craft foam tape to pop it down, because I want just a little bit of dimension on that fence. So I'm going to do that and I'll be straight back. Okay, so I've popped my tape on, and as you can see it's too big for the card. So what I will do is I will try to get it in a place where it's kind of equal on all sides, and to achieve that I'm going to need to cut it off here just a little bit, and then I'll stick it down and I'll be back. Right, fence panel is trimmed and stuck on, and you can see using the foam that you have a little bit of dimension there, but running the tape all the way along means your card is a lot more solid. So it's, you know, you've always got to be thinking that if you're going to send something for the post, you don't want it to get crushed. So that is a good solid base. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Dollar Tree glue, which is this stuff, and I'm going to stick my grass down. I'm going to position it where I know I can trim it to look nice, which I think is going to be off on that section to the right, which is this bit here that I'm going to trim, and I'm going to pop that down there and I will be back. Okay, so the grass is on, the fence is on, we've got our back panel which is going to act as the sky, and the next thing is I'm going to be gluing my flowers on wherever it is that I want them down here, because that's going to be my little touch of happy down there. And once I've decided how I'm going to do it, I'll come straight back. So I decided I was going to have my little flowers all in a row all the way along the bottom there, with just a little bit of grass peeking out, and you can see the little bit of grass and the little bit of flowers there. And the next thing that I want to do is straighten that up a little bit while it's still a bit damp. Shouldn't really be holding it upright as I've just glued them on. And I'm going to be going in now with my dragonfly, which I think I'm going to have kind of like semi-perched there by the fence. And then I'm going to have my sun around there, I think. And my sentiment first and foremost up there. And then the other small clouds down here, so that I've still got plenty of my sunshine peeking through. I'm going to stick that down and I'll be back. And here is the finished card. A nice little bit of happy sunshine, and as you can see I've got a little bit of fluff there on my cloud. You've got the sun peeking out. You've got that really cute dragonfly, which should put a smile on anyone's face. You've got those lovely little flowers we made last week, and that little bit of fence there that just gives it even more dimension. The clouds and the dragonfly popped up on those Dollar Tree foam pads, and then of course on the back I've got my easel, and you just screws that up like that. I hope that my camera picks it up, and you've got a card that will stand up for you. So that was, according to the camera, I'll lift this up, just over 10 minutes. But you can see, there it is. It's just really pretty. It's just a really happy card. So if you know anyone that's stuck at home, a flying by to say hi is a perfect way to say hello at the moment. Right. I hope you have a wonderful day. As usual, all links will be below. I'll be back tomorrow, and who knows? You'll just have to come back to find out exactly what I'm going to do. You have a great day. Bye.